What is up, guys? I'm Benji.
I'm Kyle.
And we're Kyle and Benji.
And we're going to help you survive college.
Our first few videos are going to be specifically toward freshmen. So we're going to talk about issues that happen during freshman year.
Specifically during this video, we're going to talk about how not to look like a freshman.
The first issue has to do with lanyards. Now, lanyards are really useful. You can hold your keys on them, hold your ID on them, you know, keep them easy at hand. But the biggest thing is do not wear your lanyard around your neck, ever. Because you look like this, and everybody knows you're a freshman. It is just really tacky. Plus, you have the weight of keys pulling down on your neck, and that can start to hurt. Along with not wearing your lanyard around your neck, never wear your lanyard backwards around your neck. It looks really tacky, and everybody can tell you're a freshman.
And another thing about lanyards, I know it might be tempting and kind of fun, spinning your lanyard around in circles, but you probably don't want to do that.
Yeah.
Probably the best thing to do with your lanyard is just to have your keys and your card and everything attached to it in your pocket with the actual lanyard part sticking out.
Something that I personally experienced freshman year was walking around in a large friend group. At freshman year, you're gonna make a lot of friends, mostly because you don't know that many people coming into college, especially if you go to college a long way from home like I did. So you're gonna meet a lot of people, and your friend group is going to slowly increase in size. But don't walk around campus in your giant friend group. I know in my freshman year, when my friends and I went to dinner, we would walk around in this giant group of about 14 people, and we took up the whole sidewalk. Not even kidding. The entire sidewalk. It wasn't cool. We thought it was cool because we had all our friends there, but it wasn't cool. So stick to smaller friend groups when walking around campus. You know, you don't have to go to dinner with every single one of your friends every day. Stick to, like, you know, groups of 3, 4, 5 friends, 5, maybe 6 at the most. Or if you want to eat dinner with more people, or, you know, go somewhere with a larger group, split it up into smaller groups of, you know, like I said, like 4 or 5 people. It makes walking around campus a lot easier because you're not taking up the whole sidewalk and everybody's not going to have to get out of your way. It makes you look a lot less like freshmen.
Another important tip is to learn where your classes are before classes start. Now, it might be a bit of a struggle coming to college and being in a place that you've never been before in areas that you don't really recognize, but just take the opportunity to go to your academic buildings and try to find where your classes are. One of the main things of looking like a freshman is not knowing where you're going on campus. So you're not going to want to have to ask so many questions to different people that you don't know, probably upperclassmen, about where your classes are.
And this is especially a big deal at larger colleges where, you know, you have big academic buildings, you know, 8 stories tall. You don't want to have to be wandering around there, asking around, trying to find your class, and end up being a couple minutes late for class because you couldn't find it.
Going back to the topic of dinner, when you do go have dinner with however many friends you end up going with, do not get a table tray. Table tray? I don't know what that is. Do not get a tray. Just get a plate with everything that you want and then just take that back to your seat. Walking around with a giant tray in your hands with multiple plates and your fork and everything just kind of makes you look like a freshman.
Another thing that I haven't personally done, but I've seen it a good bit on our campus at least, is not wearing appropriate clothing. Well, this could be just for the weather or for whatever, but we go to college in Pennsylvania. So in the winter, it gets down to, this year we had a day where it was 10 degrees with a wind chill of minus 25 Fahrenheit. So I saw a guy walking around on that very, very cold day in a short sleeve button down and shorts. Not an athlete or anything, just walking from his dorm. And I was just looking at him thinking, holy crap, that guy's gotta be freezing his tail off. So make sure you're wearing appropriate clothing for the weather. Don't go without a coat in winter. We know you're colder than you want us to think you are, and it makes you look like you're trying to impress the upperclassmen. And In all honesty, it really doesn't. It makes us look at you and wonder, why are you not wearing a coat? It's freezing out. And along with appropriateness of clothing, we have the issue of backpacks. In high school, it might have been kind of cool to, you know, one strap the backpack. But in college, always two straps. Always two straps. One, it's easier because you're not having to worry about your backpack falling off your shoulder. Two, you're less likely to develop scoliosis from carrying all the heavy books that you have in college because, trust me, they are heavy. And three, you'll just look less like a tool.
That's the main point. Trying to help people not look like tools.
Trying to help people not look like tools. For your health.
And keeping on the topic of not looking like a tool, try not to dress or act like a frat guy or a sorority girl your freshman year. Now I know it might be cool to look up to upperclassmen who are in fraternities or sororities and think that they look cool and try to pull off their look, but ultimately it's going to lower your chances of getting into that frat that you've always wanted or that sorority.
Keep with your own style, you know. Dress your own way, be yourself. Dress in a similar style that you did in high school. Although with one exception, you're in college. Don't wear clothing from your high school. And don't talk about your high school a lot. You're in college now, you're gonna meet people from everywhere. So it's not gonna be like when you were in high school, you know, pretty much everyone that you knew either went to your high school or went to a high school in the surrounding area. You're gonna meet people from all over the world when you come to college. In all honesty, nobody really cares about your high school because you're in college now. It's a new day, it's a new chapter in your life. So try not to talk about your high school a bunch. It just kind of makes you seem immature and like not willing to move on with life.
The good thing about college, however, is that you are moving on in life.
Yeah, freshman year is definitely a huge adjustment and it can be really awkward, but the good news is that awkwardness doesn't last. You get adjusted to the changes that happen and life gets easier.
So that's all the tips that we have on how not to look like a freshman. If you have any suggestions or anything that you would like to say for freshmen, please leave a comment below.
So guys, thanks for watching our video. If you liked it, be sure to click the like button over here and the subscribe button down here. It really helps us out a lot. Stay tuned next week for our video on how to deal with social life during freshman year. Thanks guys, I'm Benji.
I'm Kyle.
And we'll see you next time.